Welcome to another exciting historical exploration. As we delve into this topic, we must emphasize that this video is purely educational. We're diving deep into a sensitive subject today: the recent public disclosure of King Charles III's diagnosis with a form of cancer. We encourage respectful conversation in the comments section, and any offensive comments will be removed. In the UK, cancer is the second leading cause of death, and it has even touched the British royal family, including Queen Elizabeth herself. To comprehend the gravity of King Charles's health condition, we need to examine the history of cancer within his family. The specter of cancer has certainly not spared the British royal family. Let's start with Queen Elizabeth, Charles's mother. The exact cause of her death in early 2002 was never officially disclosed, but it was widely reported that she had been battling cancer. Her health had been in decline for a number of years, and it was understood that she had been receiving treatment for a form of the disease. Then there were Elizabeth's parents, the Queen Mother, and King George VI. The Queen Mother, known as Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon, lived to the grand age of 101. However, in her final years, she was plagued by health issues, including cancer. She had surgery in 1995 to remove a small growth from her mouth, which was later revealed to be a form of bone cancer. Her husband, King George VI, had a more direct encounter with the disease. In the early 1950s, he underwent surgery to remove a lung tumor. Despite the operation, his health deteriorated rapidly, and he passed away in 1952 at the age of 56. It was later confirmed that the cause of his death was lung cancer. In addition to these direct relatives, other instances of cancer have been reported among Charles's extended family. These cases underline the unfortunate fact that the royal family, despite their status and privilege, are not immune to this devastating disease. These historical instances of cancer in the royal family could be of significance in understanding King Charles's current health situation. While we cannot definitively say that there is a hereditary link or predict the progression of his illness, knowing the medical history of his family certainly provides a context for his diagnosis. As we continue to monitor the health of King Charles, we keep these past instances in mind, hoping for the best possible outcome for the monarch. One might wonder if there are any hereditary cancer trends in the royal family that might influence King Charles's health. To answer this question, we first need to understand the concept of hereditary cancers. These are cancers that occur due to genetic mutations passed down from parents to their offspring. Although not all cancers are hereditary, certain types have been found to have a strong genetic link. Now, let's turn our attention to the royal family. King Charles's maternal line has seen several instances of cancer. King George VI battled a malignant lung tumor, while his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, succumbed to an undisclosed form of cancer. Even the Queen Mother, Charles's grandmother, was diagnosed with bone cancer in her later years. While it's worth noting these instances, we must also remember that cancer is a complex disease. The fact that several members of Charles's maternal line had cancer does not necessarily mean Charles will have the same fate. In fact, each of these relatives had a different type of cancer, which further complicates the picture. However, it's important to consider Charles's own health history. In recent years, he underwent surgery for an enlarged prostate. Prostate issues, especially those requiring surgery, can sometimes be an indicator of a higher risk for prostate cancer, although it's far from a certainty. The royal family, as expected, has remained tight-lipped about the details of Charles's health, so we can only speculate based on the information available to us. In the end, while the history of cancer in King Charles's maternal line and his own health history are significant pieces of the puzzle, they do not provide a clear picture of his current health status. It's crucial to remember that genetics is only one part of the story when it comes to cancer, and many other factors, including lifestyle and environment, also play a role. Although these factors could potentially increase Charles's risk, they do not definitively predict his current health status. Let's delve into survival rates for various types of cancer and how high-quality medical care could influence Charles's prognosis. Survival rates for cancer are not set in stone. They vary widely depending on the type, stage, and location of the disease, as well as the person's overall health. For instance, prostate cancer, which Charles has had surgery for, generally has a high survival rate, especially when detected early. On the other hand, lung cancer, which his grandfather King George VI battled, has a lower survival rate due to its often late-stage diagnosis. We must also consider the medical care that Charles has access to. As a member of the British royal family, he has the privilege of receiving arguably the best medical care available. This includes not only top-notch oncologists and surgeons, but also comprehensive treatment options, such as cutting-edge therapies and personalized treatment plans. Access to such high-quality care could potentially tip the scales in his favor, improving his chances of survival and recovery. However, it's important to emphasize that cancer is a complex disease and that each case is unique. While we can discuss general trends and possibilities, we can't make definitive statements about Charles's specific situation without further information. Even with the best medical care, cancer can be unpredictable. Despite advancements in technology and medicine, cancer remains a formidable foe. It's a disease that doesn't discriminate, affecting people from all walks of life, including those in the highest echelons of society. It's a stark reminder of our shared human vulnerability, regardless of our status or wealth. In summary, while Charles's access to excellent medical care and the survival rates for various types of cancer could offer some optimism, they don't provide a definitive prognosis. We can only hope for the best, while acknowledging the uncertainty that comes with this disease. Despite these considerations, we must remember that without further specific information, we can't predict with certainty the type or stage of Charles's cancer or his survival. Although we've provided a detailed analysis based on available information, it's crucial to remember that the specifics of King Charles III's health condition remain unknown. We've looked at the history of cancer in the British royal family, highlighting key instances such as King George VI's lung tumor and the Queen Mother's bone cancer. We've also considered the potential hereditary trends, examining the possibility of Charles developing a cancer similar to those of his relatives. We pondered upon his recent prostate surgery and how it might play into his health situation. We've reflected on the survival rates for various types of cancer, emphasizing that Charles's access to top-tier medical care could significantly influence his prognosis. But despite this comprehensive perusal, we must remember that the exact nature and stage of Charles's cancer, as well as his potential survival, remain uncertain. As we delve into these sensitive topics, it's essential to maintain a respectful discourse. Cancer is a devastating disease affecting millions of lives around the world, and it is not confined to any particular individual, regardless of their status or lineage. In the face of this uncertainty, we'll continue to wish King Charles III the best in his battle against cancer. After all, a king he may be, but he's also a human being facing a formidable adversary. Thank you for joining us in this historical exploration. Stay tuned for further updates on King Charles III's situation.